Folks, let's continue on the city vibe. I love the cities. I love living in the cities. I love when the cities are nearby. I love driving into the cities. And Minneapolis, the police are having a bit of a time, as we've already covered, where, there was the people being found in lakes, people being found in water, and they're not exactly swimming. They were thrown there after being brutally murdered, and they're refusing to release any details as to whether or not these crimes are, linked. That's because there's a lot on their plates. You could say that this is Thanksgiving. Auntie Pam has said, have you eaten yet? And they are being marched over to the buffet table of, let's just call it subpar Midwest food. I'm sorry, listen. Most Christmases, most Thanksgivings that you go to, it's fine. It's like buttered corn. It's like the driest turkey you've ever had. And I'm sorry to say it, once people get past 60 something, a lot of them can't cook for shit. There's a very few, it's like 1 in 10. 1 in 10 Midwest moms are authentically good at cooking. Most of them, they don't season it for shit. They don't know how to make mashed potatoes that don't come from a box. They're absolutely vile. They're scum of the earth. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of subpar quality. I'm tired of people half-assing Christmases. I'm tired of people who have the audacity to invite me over to anything and they're making stuffing from the box. It's like, you really can't be bothered to tear up bread. You can't be bothered to put in the least bit of effort to season it yourself. You need Hamburger Helper to help you put together something so that you can just feel decent about. I'm a real host. I'm like Martha Stewart. I put out little plates for everybody. Did you see that I made my own napkin rings? If I see you scooping stuffing from out inside the bird and putting that slop onto my plate, I'm putting my coat on and I'm leaving. I'm not dealing with your bacteria-ridden, disgusting food that you're willing to serve these other pigs. I'm out. I'm taking off. I'm done. Listen, I've gone to friends' Thanksgivings, and these people are so often Midwest trash. I'm sorry to say it. And this is not calling out any friend specifically, because a lot of these people are, it's a lot of white cooking, which is fine. White cooking, more often than not, it means fish fries. It means diner food. It means what else? You know what I mean? There's examples of it where it's okay, it's good. It's high quality. It's Cracker Barrel. That's white food. That's peak white food. Peak white food is Cracker Barrel, and that's divine. It's delicious. It's straight from West Virginia. And if you mention anything about diversity being your strength, unfortunately, you're going to be given looks, and there's going to be no more offerings of squirrel stew for you, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, what I'm trying to say is that I've gone to so many Midwest and Minnesota, North Dakota, whatever you want to call them, Thanksgivings. So mid-tier, unfortunately. There's only a few. I'm going to be biased here. I'm going to say that my family does have the best food because, thankfully enough, they spice things up here and there. They know to put a little bit of breadcrumbs on the mac and cheese. They know to make things that have a flair of effort to them. They're not showing up with Kraft. They're not showing up with what are the cut up hot dogs into spaghetti? The moment you have the audacity to lay that on the table, I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna Hulk out. It's gonna be over. I'm gonna smash through your window. I'm not even gonna take my car home. I'm gonna lumber home. And like Bill Bixby, I'm gonna have the Lonely Man theme when I'm walking home. You know what I mean? I wake up on the side of the highway, and then I'm like, oh shit, what happened and whatnot. I'm shirtless, and then I'm just walking by trying to thumb a ride. Nobody's stopping for me, and it's so. Let's get the Lonely Man theme playing real quick, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, this is a really great. I love this theme. I love it a lot, and it's, I grew up with the Hulk being one of my favorite superheroes, so here we go. This is me walking home. I have nothing left for me. I'm like, God, my friends are real pieces of shit. They invited me over and called that hosting. I honestly, I've never felt more hurt. I've never felt more betrayed. The moment that I walked inside, I saw that the bird wasn't even that large. They clearly just went and they bought a butterball. They've heard the rumors that the people at the factories have sex with them. They don't care. They didn't bother to go out there and find a naturally sourced one. They're just lazy. And I'm tired of having lazy friends. I'm tired of having friends that don't care. I'm tired of having friends that show up and they're like, I have a butter sauce though, and I use this flavor injector. It's like, you gave me salmonella, all right? People are worried about cyclospora. It's worry about your family and friends cooking. That's the biggest thing you need to worry about, is these people, they'll take your trust, they'll take the thing that is most valued to you in your heart, and you'll show up one night and you'll be like, God, I can't wait for spaghetti or something like that, and they'll add cheese to it. They'll add cheese to it when you didn't even ask for it in the first place, and it's like, well, I didn't even I don't even mind cheese in my spaghetti. That's the thing, is that it's just like I didn't want the cheese you put into it. You put like this white kind of cheddar and stuff like that. I prefer like a yellower cheddar. It has to mix in more, so it has to create this kind of nuclear looking look, and it's when people are inconsiderate and when they don't consider how you would want your meal served to you and whatnot. I know this is like the least of our concerns, but I'm tired of having fake friends. I'm tired of having friends that are, they're ranting to me about how their race is dying. This is white guys and Indians too. They're like, not enough people are having Indian babies, and I'm like, good for you. That's awesome. I mean, I'm not at Red Lake very often, but the times that I'm there, you don't seem that happy. And you know what I mean? I'm just like, happiness is the key. If you want happy kids, if you want a happy life, you gotta seek out joy. Too many people in this day and age, they're not seeking out joy. They're not seeking out anything good. They're too content with nothing in their lives. They're too content in the sad places. They like, oh, my mom was a piece of shit. She did drugs, or like my dad he OD'd or whatever in front of me, or maybe he's like in jail or whatever. So I have an excuse to be a piece of shit. Like, when you grow up in a rural area, I'm just going to be honest with you, that's so much of the attitude. It doesn't matter what race. It's like Indian people or white people or black people, doesn't matter. It's so much self-resentment. It's so much just like hatred for the idea of like, oh, you're doing better than all of us. You actually want to make something of yourself. You're betraying what it means to be us. It's very much the Franklin effect. You know what I mean? When GTA 5, a limited reference that some people are going to catch, some people won't. But Franklin from GTA 5, he's this black guy trying to get out of the hood, trying to make something of himself, trying to make some money. And his friends are like, what are you doing? You're betraying the idea of like what this means to be us. And it's just like, you got to know what friends hold you back. You gotta know what friends are cringe. You gotta know who to drop in the bucket. You know what I mean? You gotta know who's worth ditching. And folks, I just hope you take away one thing from this podcast. If you take away one thing at all, it's that like life is only worth living if it's by your logic. Do what you want to do. Live the life. Run the temple run that you want to do. Shoot the Angry Birds that you want to shoot. And do what you do, man. Because at the end of the day, that's all you got, is you do what you do. That's one of the key philosophies I live by, is you do what you do. People aren't going to change because you love them or because you want them to change. People are going to be who they're going to be. You're going to have the opportunities that lay before you, and you got to either take them, because you want them. You can't let people hold you back. You can't let whatever. Fuck everybody else. Fuck everybody else, because you need to make the choice that's right for you. Because you're badass like that. I know you. You're listening to this podcast. You've made it this far. This is 23 minutes of me wasting your time, and you still have the patience for it. I'm amazed by you right now. You must have the patience for a lot of things in your life. You must help people a lot in your life. You must be the one that everybody goes to. You're a solid enough person, man or woman, they, them. I'm accepting of all identities here, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm trying to say is that, like, at the end of the day, I might be the lonely man, but none of us are lonely, especially when I have this podcast and you're listening to it. Folks, that was the Lonely Man theme. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Maybe we should get into our first, actual story. I think that'd be a great idea. Thanks for the patience. I appreciate your time. Minneapolis police are investigating a series of weekend stabbings that left several people injured across the city over a violent 48-hour stretch. According to initial department reports, officers responded to multiple separate incidents starting late Friday night, with scenes spanning several neighborhoods, including downtown, Whittier, and the Phillips area. Emergency medical personnel transported several victims to local hospitals, with at least 2 individuals listed in critical condition as investigators work to reconstruct the events. Because that's the thing. It's like Dexter. They need to do the blood spatter. I always like the scenes where he had the red, what's it called? Is it yarn? I don't remember. It's like a thread type of thing. I only got so far into that show because I'm going to be honest with you. It's just, at a certain point, I'm like, it's droning. It's not boring. It's just like, how many seasons is it? It's very long. Season count. Because I need to just know. It's 8 seasons? Okay. And then 96 episodes? Okay, that's why it feels long to me. Because 8 divided by 96, I'm awful with math. You have to forgive me. 8 divided by 96. Wait, no, 96 divided by 8. That, like I said, I'm really bad with math. That's about 12 episodes per season. That's average. I'm just going to be honest with you. I just don't have the patience for it. And the story wasn't able to grip me. I was always like, okay, maybe when I get to the seasons with John Lithgow, the Trinity Killer and whatnot, it'll be really interesting to me. And I was like, I'm sorry, he's in like season 3 or whatever. I didn't have the patience to even make it to season 2. I'm really sorry. I like the concept. It's interesting enough. But then again, I did try to watch it back when I was like 16. It just didn't, I don't know. I didn't have the patience that I do now. So, and wait, how old was I? I'm 23 now, 16. It's been 7 years. It's been almost a decade. Maybe I should give it a shot again and maybe I should try to rewatch it. But anyways, I just wanted to talk about Dexter. Just a mini thing where I wanted to be like, oh yeah, what do you think of the show? I think it's like this. It's just one of those things that couldn't grab me. Speaking of detectives, they are actively gathering security. OneDrive, Microsoft. I'm sorry, that was my computer. What am I doing? I don't have to address every interruption. Jesus Christ, are you trying to test my patience? All right, whatever. I promise you that was not scripted. Whatever. A security camera footage and interviewing witnesses at each location to determine what triggered the violence and whether any of the attacks are connected. Police have not released official suspect descriptions in all cases. Preliminary investigations suggest that several of the stabbings stemmed from verbal altercations that escalated into public areas and outside local establishments. In response to the surge in weekend violence, the MPD, the Minneapolis Police Department, if you're a dull, announced increased patrols in high-traffic commercial corridors and nightlife districts. Department officials are urging anyone with information surveillance video, like a Ring camera, because that's so common these days, or tips related to the incidents to contact Crime Stoppers. What is that? Is that a real thing? All right, whatever. Or submit anonymous information directly through the city's tip line as the investigations are remaining active. All right, KARE 11 News, the local news. Let's hear it.
Let's get back to that breaking news in South Minneapolis.
Right now, we're waiting for more information from police about a large investigation near the McDonald's at 2nd and Lake Street.
Of course it's near McDonald's.
Clearing about in the last 40 minutes. Audrey Russo is joining us live at police headquarters with what we know. Good morning, Audrey.
Good morning. Yeah, we're expecting an update from police within the next hour or two of exactly what happened at that McDonald's along Lake Street. Now, the early 911 reports were that 3 people were stabbed, but again, those are details that we've reached out to Minneapolis police to confirm for us this morning. As you mentioned, the scene did clear around 4 a.m., but take a look at this video. This is what our photojournalist captured around 3 a.m. as the investigation was in full swing. You can see officers walking the premises. A huge area, about 2 blocks, was taped off. Now, our photographer on scene saw 2 people in handcuffs, but again, it's unclear if or how that's...
You know what I've noticed? The plasma center is right next door. McDonald's really knows their audience. They know exactly the type of people that are donating their plasma every month to afford, I don't know, like a Nintendo Switch. Those are the same exact types of people that are going to be heading to McDonald's right after donating blood and shit.
What happened here. I want to show you this map right now because this comes about 24 hours after 2 early morning stabbings on Sunday. Both happened near nightclubs, one in the North Loop where a man was stabbed following a fight. Now, no arrests have been made there. The other incident happening along 2nd Street North where police tell us that 2 women were charged after a bouncer was stabbed. So
Yikes.
It's been somewhat of a busy weekend for Minneapolis police.
2 women hopped on that bouncer? I mean, I'm sorry to say it. I told you, this generation of women are built different. A lot of them are just like, you know what? Fuck it. Normally, our man would be the one hopping on the bouncer trying to get us inside. Me and my girl, we're gonna go ahead. I don't think that they're dating, but girlfriend, because you know how they say girlfriend, girl, what. I'm not assuming they're black. I just white girls also talk like that if they're from Minneapolis. They're like, my friend, my best friend and I are gonna hop on you and we're gonna stab you with our, I don't know, what do women have? What do women have normally? They don't have hat pins anymore. That was a big thing in Victorian England or whatever. Hat pins occasionally, those would be used in order to, the hairpins, you know what I mean? The things that they would use in order to hold up all that shit that they had. That they had a lot of hair. I'm sorry. Some of them did. Some of them went with shorter haircuts. It was very uncommon though, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Why am I getting it on this tangent? Doesn't matter.
This McDonald's incident, again, we are awaiting updates from police at some point this morning, likely within the next hour or two. So stay with KARE 11. We'll bring you the latest updates.
Bring me the latest when you actually have something to say. Folks,